It's now a privilege to invite Mr. Vikram Kelkar for the next inaugural note. Mr. Vikram Kelkar, Managing Director of Hexagon Nutrition Ltd, is an industry leader and innovator in combating global malnutrition. With over a decade of expertise in business strategy and nutrition, he has driven the company's growth and innovation. He is an elected member of the IPLCM Governing Council under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and a member of the Confederation of Indian Industries, CII, co-author of the research paper, Asian Wheat Flour Products, Impact of Flour Fortification on Organoleptic Properties, and a recipient of the Young Visionary Award. He champions food fortification. He will share insights on the topic, nutraceutical industry insights, opportunities and challenges for private label and contract manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Vikram Kelkar.
Pleasure to be here at this forum. Thank you, Jacqueline Mukul, for inviting me. And also it's an honor to share the stage with Mr. Vijay Kalantri, whom I have been seeing for the last 20 years. Most of the time I have been on the other side and he has always been on this side. So thank you. And lovely to have you, Madhumita. I hope it will be a great day of learning and sharing experiences and expertise. I had a presentation which I had prepared, but I believe, yeah, okay, it's there already. So maybe, yeah, thank you very much. So it's about the nutraceutical industry insights, opportunities and challenges for private label and contract manufacturing. So the term nutraceutical was coined from nutrition and pharmaceuticals in 1989 by Stephen DeFelice. If we go by the definition, it's a food or a part of food that provides medical or health benefits, including the prevention and treatment of a disease. The philosophy behind nutraceuticals is to focus on prevention. Let food be thy medicine. Nutraceuticals occupy a unique space between the pharmaceuticals and FMCG, aptly described where the health meets consumerism. And this intersection emphasizes the blend of health benefits with everyday consumer products. So if we look at the nutraceutical spectrum, it can be categorized under three major parts. The first is the functional foods, the second is the functional beverages, and then the third is the vitamin, minerals and supplements, which is also called as dietary supplements. So let's look at the growth projections for the global nutraceutical industry. As we can see that the breakdown of the global nutraceutical industry for the year 23, the total market size is valued at 482 billion. And here it's how distributed across the different regions. So Asia Pacific, this is the region that leads with the market value of 147 billion, followed by North America and Europe, and then the Middle East and Africa, and finally South America. That is a region which is gradually adopting nutraceuticals driven by the health consciousness and growing middle class. And then if we look at the Indian nutraceutical industry, it's showcasing its market size from 2023 to 2027, and it's valued at 7.2 billion. And as we move forward to 2027, the market is projected to grow significantly, reaching to 11 billion. And this represents a substantial increase over the 5-year period. Now, if we look closer to the segment-wise distribution of Indian nutraceutical industry, we see that the functional foods is the segment that leads the market with 42%, and then followed by the functional beverages, and then lastly the vitamin, mineral and supplements, which make up 21% of the market. So looking at the competitive landscape of the Indian nutraceutical industry, we see that there is growing investment by private equity funds. There are innovative offerings in the market. There is diversification of portfolio, targeting of niche segments, expansion of product portfolio, and private labels and contract manufacturing is on the rise. And this is what this exhibition is all about. So as we are noticing the rise in the contract manufacturing and private labels in the industry, let's examine the growth projections. So in 2024, the global contract manufacturing nutraceutical industry is valued at $174 billion. And this marks the starting point of a significant growth trend. And by 2029, the market size is projected to reach 307 billion, which is a big growth, I feel. And if you look at the Indian contract manufacturing nutraceutical industry, so in 23, the Indian contract manufacturing nutraceutical industry is valued at 13 billion, and by 28, the industry is expected to reach a substantial 25 billion, showcasing consistent and robust growth over the 5-year period. Now looking at the growth factors, what are the growth factors for the nutraceutical industry? And that is the rising health consciousness, the rising accessibility. We have the D2C marketplaces and also now the quick commerce and the e-commerce, and very high cost of medical care, which is making nutraceuticals more essential. And then change in the consumer demand, upgradation of the healthcare infrastructure. Now we see that more and more hospitals, healthcare centers are coming, which are going away from the traditional way of giving in-house food or soups for the patients and going more towards medical nutrition, enteral nutrition, clinical nutrition. And then finally, the rising investments in the sector. So we see a lot of venture capitalists, and the investments are surging by 2.5x. What are the white spaces and opportunities in this segment? So we see that there are mainly 3 white spaces. The first is the wave of the new trending ingredients, then hyper-personalized solutions, and differentiated offerings in vertically focused brands. So if we see, the graph explains clearly that we expect a great growth in the fortified breakfast cereals and also in the protein energy bars to almost 15% per year, and also the fortified milk and the fortified yogurts. Then looking at the white spaces and opportunities in the vitamin and mineral and the supplement area, we have the omega-3 fatty acids, which is expected to grow at 10%. Why omega-3 is because now cholesterol is becoming a very big problem for everyone. And then we have the protein supplements expected to grow at 12%, and protein and amino acids expected to grow at 12%. And then the functional foods and beverages market size, if we see that the sports drink are expected to have the highest growth at 10%, followed by the probiotic supplements at 7%. Market challenges. So challenging regulatory environment, regulatory compliance, quality control and safety, and threat of counterfeit dietary supplements. This is a major problem which poses health risks, and also quality and efficiency concerns and brand reputation damage. Consumer distrust, lack of regulation, misleading claims, product contaminations, and high prevalence of inadequate knowledge despite of the positive attitude. Finally, coming to the segment of Hexagon Nutrition, this is our range of the nutraceutical segment. We have a Neutron, which is for the general population, and also our partnership for Millers for Nutrition, where we are contributing in enhancing the fortification and enrichment, which will result in better nutrition foods for the population at large. So what has changed is the movement in preventive medicine towards self-care. With that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram Kelkar, for those inspiring and insightful words.